Hey, this is Joe at the Pour Over.
And this is Zan at the Pour Over.
Today, we're talking about President Trump banning travel from 12 countries, the Congressional Budget Office's report on the Big Beautiful Bill, the Supreme Court issuing 3 unanimous rulings, and other top news for Friday, June 6th. Stay informed while remaining focused on Christ with the Pour Over today.
Here's your quote of the day. God cannot give us a happiness and peace apart from himself, because it is not there. There is no such thing. C.S. Lewis. Let's get started with some espresso shots.
President Trump signed a travel ban on Wednesday, blocking citizens from 12 countries from entering the U.S. and partially restricting travel from 7 more. The ban, effective Monday, mainly includes countries in the Middle East and Africa, plus Haiti, and includes many of the majority Muslim countries that were travel banned during Trump's first term. The White House cited national security and terrorism concerns, saying these countries often fail to adequately vet or share threat information on their citizens traveling to the U.S., and said travelers from these countries overstay their visas at high rates. The ban results from a January 20 executive order requesting a report from government agencies regarding countries with, quote, hostile attitudes towards the U.S. International aid groups condemned the proclamation, with Amnesty International calling it, quote, discriminatory, racist, and downright cruel. When discussing divisive topics such as immigration or travel bans, remember that both your stance and how you take your stance reflect on Christ. Ephesians 4, verse 29 says, "No foul language should come from your mouth, but only what is good for building up someone in need, so that it gives grace to those who hear."
The Big Beautiful Bill has started a public feud between President Trump and former First Buddy Elon Musk. On Wednesday, the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office said the 1,100-page tax and spending bill would add $2.4 trillion to the deficit over the next decade by reducing revenue by $3.7 trillion, this caused by making 2017 tax cuts permanent and eliminating taxes on tips and overtime, and by cutting $1.3 trillion in spending, mostly to Medicaid and clean energy. Musk said the bill would bankrupt America, urging everyone to call their representatives and demand that they, quote, kill the bill. President Trump took notice, saying he was, quote, very disappointed in Musk, and threatening to cut his company's government subsidies and contracts. Tesla stock fell 14%. Then Musk hit back, saying that all the files related to sex abuser Jeffrey Epstein haven't been released because they mentioned Trump. Our hope is never contingent on a political or economic outcome. It's much more secure than that. Regardless of what happens in D.C., everything eventually ends well for followers of Christ. Colossians 3, 2-4 says, "Set your minds on things above, not on earthly things. For you died, and your life is hidden with Christ in God. When Christ, who is your life, appears, then you also will appear with him in glory."
The Supreme Court made not 1, not 2, but 3 unanimous decisions yesterday. The High Court revived a so-called reverse discrimination lawsuit from a woman who says she was denied a promotion and then demoted for being heterosexual. The decision affects 20 states that, until now, had required majority group plaintiffs, including people who are white or heterosexual, to meet stricter requirements to sue for discrimination. The Supremes also blocked Mexico's $10 billion liability lawsuit against U.S. gun manufacturers, which claimed the companies were, quote, aiding and abetting cartels in trafficking guns across the border. The court said Mexico didn't provide specific criminal transactions to support its claims. The Catholic Charities Bureau also got a W when SCOTUS determined the organization's, quote, religious motivations were enough to qualify for an exemption from Wisconsin state unemployment taxes. Here's a verse to consider as you strive to be a peacemaker in your home, community, workplace, or anywhere else you find yourself. Live in harmony with one another. Do not be proud. Instead, associate with the humble. Do not be wise in your own estimation. Do not repay anyone evil for evil. Give careful thought to do what is honorable in everyone's eyes. If possible, as far as it depends on you, live at peace with everyone. Romans 12, verses 16 through 18.
Hey, it's Emily from The Pour Over. Summer's here, and so are all the ways to keep my kiddos from destroying the house. Make summer memories. Like pool days, ice cream stops, neighborhood cookouts. And thanks to Upside, my wallet hasn't even broken a sweat. Upside helps me keep the summer fun train rolling by simply claiming an offer and getting cash back. Instead of playing, how many popsicles can the budget handle? I'm actually saving on the things we're buying. It's a game changer for my summer sanity. Download the free Upside app and use promo code TPO to get an extra 25 cents back for every gallon on your first tank of gas. That's an extra 25 cents back for every gallon on your first tank of gas using promo code TPO.
In other brews, here's a rapid round of updates. There's a fungus among us. 2 Chinese researchers were charged with smuggling a crop-killing fungus, a potential agroterrorism weapon, into the U.S. in small baggies. The pair reportedly planned to research the fungus at a University of Michigan lab, but hadn't filled out proper paperwork. University of Michigan said it strongly condemns any actions threatening national security and is cooperating with law enforcement.
President Trump has ordered an investigation into then-President Biden's use of an auto pen, suggesting it was used to sign documents without his knowledge to cover his cognitive decline. Biden called the allegations, quote, ridiculous and false. Meanwhile, Biden's former press secretary, Karine Jean-Pierre, announced she'd become an independent and has written a memoir on Biden's, quote-unquote, broken White House. Former colleagues call it a money grab.
Amazon found some prime real estate. The same-day shipping giant is investing $10 billion to build data centers in North Carolina, part of a plan to spend nearly $100 billion this year to keep up with the growing demand for AI infrastructure. Amazon expects the new campus to create roughly 500 high-skilled jobs and support thousands more through construction and supply chain roles.
Start practicing your Mario Kart victory dance. The Nintendo Switch 2 dropped yesterday. Gamers queued up outside of stores in the hopes of snagging the much-anticipated console after April's pre-order lottery, which had 2.2 million applicants, left many fans with nothing but empty carts. Nintendo had pledged to keep up with orders, and analysts say the gaming giant is better prepared.
The White House and BBC are sparring over its reporting that Israeli soldiers killed 27 Palestinians near an aid center on Tuesday morning. The White House criticized BBC for taking, quote, the word of Hamas with total truth, and later retracting its story. BBC rejected the criticism, saying, "We did not remove any story, and we stand by our journalism."
That's all we have for today. Thanks so much for listening, TPO fam. If you're listening on the Apple Podcasts app, give us a 5-star rating and drop a review. If you're listening on Spotify, give us a follow and hit the notification bell to never miss a new episode. We're grateful for your support and hope you have a great weekend. Catch you on Monday. Looking for another podcast? CBN just launched Heaven Meets Earth, which is dropping episodes weekly with guests who have had near-death experiences of heaven or hell, witnessed supernatural healings, and experienced other miracles. Watch or listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, CBN Family app, or wherever you enjoy podcasts. To learn more, check out heavenmeetsearth.com or click the link in the show notes.